Yes, today I'm going to share with you 5 tactics that will help you create change or create a habit. Straight away, let's go into tactic number 1. It's self-awareness. The first thing to creating any change is awareness. You have to know what it is you are going to change. Let's say you want to lose weight. You have to first think about and say, what are my eating habits? What have I been eating? Have I been eating junk? What's my routine of eating from when I wake up in the morning all the way to the time when I go to bed? So for you to change anything, you have to be aware. You cannot change something that you are not aware of. So I want you to take time and do what they call a self-check and be aware what it is that I want to change. And if you're already aware, then you also have to find out, why haven't I been able to change? So the first step is self-awareness. You have to be aware. You have to watch what it is you're doing 24 hours a day for you to see the habits that are not leading you closer to your goals and dreams. Self-awareness is a very, very important tactic that you have to put down in order for you to change anything. So, tactic number 2, you have to practice. Now that you're aware of what it is you want to change, you have to create a plan and start practicing the steps, the actions that will lead you closer to your goals and dreams. What am I talking about? Let's give an example that we can all relate to, or most of us. We all know at some point in our lives that reaches a point where we say we want to be healthy, we want to exercise. Maybe you want to go to the gym or you want to exercise at home. Whatever it is you've set out, you have to then take those steps. So what is it about this thing of practice? Because I believe without practice, then guess what? You are going to stay in the same position. So you are going to the gym, you have to set up a plan. How many days am I going to go to the gym? How long am I going to stay in the gym for? This is where practice comes in. But I want to take it to the next level. It doesn't have to just be practice. It has to be what they call intentional practice. Come, what's intentional practice? Intentional practice is knowing exactly what you are going to practice, how long you are going to practice it, and what's the intensity of that practice. Is it going to be practice? So going to the gym, are you going to be going 5 days a week? Are you going to be going 3 days a week? And for each practice, is it going to be 10, 20, 30 minutes? Is it going to be an hour? What time of the day are you going? See, that's what they call intentional. And when you look at all great achievers in life, all the great professionals, guess what? That practice is intentional. They don't just wake up and go on the football pitch and just practice. No, when they go to the football pitch, they know, or at least their coach or mentor, they know exactly what they are going to practice. Think about it. The bad habits you've practiced so many times that have come ingrained into you. For you to erase those habits or to create a new one, you gotta be intentional. First, it's just by being aware and then being intentional with your practice. Without an intentional practice, then guess what? You're just going to be all over the place. So you have to be really intentional about your practice. And then let's go into tactic number 3. So once you start practicing, then you gotta do what they call repetition. Not only repetition, it's actually called spaced repetition. What is this thing about spaced repetition? So spaced repetition is when you do something consistently but over a spread period of time. See, we all know going to the gym once and forgetting about it, even if you go for a full day, is not going to change your physique. It's not going to make you healthy. Just eating healthy once is not going to make you healthy. So for you to create a new habit, you have to do what they call spaced repetition. So for you to ingrain anything into your subconscious mind, we know it doesn't happen overnight. So let's say you want to go to the gym. Again, this is an example I'm going to be using because we can all relate to it. So you have to say, okay, I'm going to be going to the gym 3 days a week. I'm going to go Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And you do that over and over and over and over again. And you can't just do it 1 month, 2 months. It has to be an ongoing basis. Let's say you want to write a book. You don't just, sit down and write a book in 1 month. No, you say, I'm going to write on these certain days at a certain time or along these lines, and you do that consistently over a long period of time. And that's what spaced repetition comes in. When you think about the subconscious mind works and takes in things on a repetition. You can't just do something once and the subconscious gets it. You have to do it over and over and over and over again until it becomes second nature, until it becomes natural, so that when you wake up in the morning, you don't even have to think about it. It's become automatic. Just like when you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth. We all know you didn't do that once. You've been doing that for years and years and years. But at first, how did it start? Your parents were like, hey, Steve, wake up, brush your teeth. Steve, wake up, brush your teeth. Steve, wake up, brush your teeth. They understood. Them just telling you to do something once was not going to get ingrained into your subconscious mind. So you have to do what they call spaced repetition. Tactic number 4 on how to create a habit. Then once you do that, you have to self-evaluate. Evaluation is one of the most important things that will help you for you to really instill that new habit. So that way it becomes second nature, where it comes to a point that you don't have to even think about it. So that's what you have to self-evaluate. We all know, like the Socrates said, that an unexamined life is not worth living. So you have to self-evaluate. Let's say you wanted to lose 5 kilograms or whatever figure you came up with. You have to give your time a period and you have to self-evaluate. Maybe your evaluation is going to be at the end of each day. Maybe it's going to be at the end of the week. Maybe it's going to be at the end of the month. See, you have to look back and say, okay, I said I was going to do X, Y, and Z. How did I do today? And if it's, let's say, a habit you want to instill and you're doing it daily, then it's even good to evaluate yourself maybe daily or weekly and say, okay, I said I was going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Check in on Sunday. Did I go to the gym 3 times a week? Not only that, was I intentional about the exercises I did? Did I actually fulfill the times? If I said I was going to do 30 minutes, if you look back and say, oh, this day I did 20 minutes. See, that's what self-evaluation is so important. When you look back, you're going to be able to then course correct. You say, oh, this week I didn't hit my goal. This week I didn't do my practice. Let me go back to the drawing board. Next week, let me do this even differently. See, this is where self-evaluation comes in. When you evaluate yourself, you are able to look back and realize, yes, you stayed on course or you went off course. So you have to self-evaluate. And the last tactic is consistency. Consistency is one of the best practices that you can instill into anything that you do. We all know without consistency, you can never ever instill a new habit. Without consistency, you're never ever going to see those goals come to practice. So I want you not to forget this. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Let me say this again. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. What am I talking about? See, Instead of you going to the gym for 1 hour, 2 hours, twice a week, it's better for you to go to the gym 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week. See, it's all about that consistency. You don't want to do something once and forget about it. You don't want to go hard and then you crash and you say, I'm not going back, I'm so exhausted. It's all about consistency. And when you talk about consistency, this is what baby steps come in. You do something in little based pieces. This is the way you're going to be able to instill that habit. So let's straight away have a recap of the steps on how to create a new habit. 1, you have to be self-aware. You have to do a self-evaluation. 2, you have to practice. If you don't practice, nothing is going to come to fruition. Number 3, you have to do what they call spaced repetition. You have to do something by spacing it. Next, you have to then do what they call a self-evaluation. Then after self-evaluating, you have to rinse and repeat. And this is what you continue doing that habit consistently through what they call consistency. And like I said, through consistency, we all know it's all about taking daily baby steps. It's about consistency. It's not about intensity. Please help me. If you've liked this video, share, comment, and every weekend I bring you a motivational, inspirational video that will help you move closer or achieve your goals and dreams. It's come, be inspired. Have a fantastic weekend. I love you, my fans. Mwah.